Some YouTube animators became legends for their storytelling, while others ruined everything with a single terrible decision. Today, we'll explore the good, the bad, and the unbelievable journey of the animation world. Let's start our story with someone who became a warning sign for the entire community. Rakoon started in 2015 with bright, polished animations that kids loved, and for a while, it looked like he was heading for the top. However, over time, his videos began to drift into strange and uncomfortable themes that confused his audience. People felt he was wasting real talent on shock value. The real shock hit in 2021, when he uploaded the infamous animation featuring the Squid Game Yoonghee doll. The moves, expressions, and style weren't just off, they were downright inappropriate for a character designed to look like a child. People didn't just dislike it, they were disturbed. Most viewers had the same reaction. Bro, why would you animate a child character like that? Man had real talent and chose to throw it away like this. Rocky tried defending himself on livestream, first claiming he didn't know the character was a kid, then admitting he did it on purpose just to troll for views. The contradiction destroyed the last bit of trust he had. Viewers moved on, and his channel never recovered. But while Rocky was losing his audience, another animator was gaining the internet's respect in the best way possible.
Yeah, it's my first day of school, got my candy, I'm ready!
FV Family didn't rise on slick animation or polished storytelling. They grew through pure, high-energy family entertainment. Their videos mixed challenges, skits, kid-friendly humor, and a constant feeling of playful chaos. What viewers love most is how natural it all feels. Nothing too staged, nothing forced, just a family messing around and having fun. And even though they're not animators, their massive presence shaped a generation of younger viewers. Kids binge their videos, parents recognize the faces instantly, and the channel continues to grow because they know exactly who their audience is. Their content isn't deep, but that's the point. It's lighthearted, harmless fun. After the drama with Rocky, FV Family feels like the opposite. Creators who understand their audience and keep things safe, friendly, and joyful. But the next creator built their channel on storytelling that reaches people on a much more personal level. Shappysway is one of those rare creators who doesn't rely on flashy animation, loud commentary, or fast pacing to get your attention. Instead, their videos feel like a calm conversation with someone who genuinely understands you. The animation is cozy and soft, the art has a gentle warmth to it, and the storytelling moves at a pace that feels comforting instead of rushed. Most of their topics revolve around real human experiences, awkward childhood moments, emotional lessons learned too late, little victories in life, and the silent struggles that most people never admit out loud. There's something deeply relatable about the way Shappysway reflects on these experiences without exaggerating them or trying to make them overly dramatic. They simply tell the truth, and that honesty hits hard than any loud punchline ever could. Viewers often describe their channel as comfort content. It's the kind of animation you watch when you've had a long day and just want something that understands you. People say Shappysway's videos feels like a warm blanket, or like talking to a friend who listens more than they speak. The comment sections are filled with viewers saying things like, "I didn't know I needed this today," or "This made me feel less alone." In a quiet world where most creators feel pressured to be louder, faster, and more dramatic just to get noticed, Shappysway stands out by doing the opposite, but gentle and quiet is definitely not the path taken by the next team of creators.
Your video has had a script, and that includes the worst video I've ever made, my very first one.
Robert James Rallison, better known as The Odd Ones Out, started out as a teenager posting webcomics on Tumblr. His Marshmallow People characters slowly gained traction, and eventually he decided to bring them to YouTube in the form of storytime animations. His channel grew incredibly fast because his stories were funny, honest, and charming. He talked about everyday life, awkward teenage years, and quirky observations in a way that felt completely relatable. By building everything himself from the ground up, he created a brand that was both strong and authentic. His success led to even bigger achievements. He published a best-selling book in 2018, created a board game and a mobile game, and eventually launched his own Netflix animated series called Oddballs in 2022. Fans were thrilled for him and filled his comments with love and congratulations. James built his career on genuine creativity rather than shortcuts, showing exactly what happens when a creator focuses on mastering their craft instead of chasing easy views. But while some animators use their platform responsibly, others go in the opposite direction and create content that leaves the internet completely confused.
Which is why they have these movies.
Flashgitz is a nuclear explosion fired out of a cannon. This duo is known for outrageous humor, over-the-top animation, and satire that pushes boundaries on purpose. Their videos often parody popular games, movies, and internet culture, but they do it with insane detail and unapologetic style. Their animations are incredibly polished, but it's their boldness that fans respect. Flashgitz doesn't attempt to be safe or family-friendly. They create what they want, take risks, and tell stories in the most chaotic, cinematic way possible. Some people find their humor too extreme. Others say they're the last of the fearless creators who animate without worrying about platform trends. Either way, Flashgitz shows what can happen when creators push forward with full confidence and craft. But not all animation teams rely on shock or chaos. Some gain respect through pure creativity and world building.
I've had a piece of pencil lead, well, technically graphite, stuck in my hand for almost 20 years now.
Domics is one of those comforting voices in the animation community. His simple sketch-like art style feels so soft and nostalgic, almost like flipping through old notebook doodles. But the real magic is in how he tells his stories. Whether he's talking about teenage crushes, embarrassing moments, or childhood memories, Domics always makes viewers feel like they're listening to an old friend. He doesn't try to exaggerate or dramatize things. He just talks honestly, and people love him for that. He started making webcomics in 2010 and eventually grew to millions of subscribers on YouTube. In 2018, he expanded his creative work and opened a board game cafe called Domics GG Gaming Cafe, which became a popular spot in Mississauga. Fans often compliment his gentle personality, soothing voice, and humble attitude. He's proof that simple storytelling, when done with heart, can connect with millions of people. But the animation world also has creators whose talent is undeniable, yet controversy follows them everywhere.
You barely touched your leech.
I think my dad is a giant piece of shit.
Huh?
Vivziepop became famous for her bold and mature animated shows, Has Been Hotel and Hell of a Boss, for example. Her art style is colorful, dramatic, and extremely detailed, which helped her stand out from thousands of other creators. However, her journey hasn't been without serious backlash. In 2016, she introduced a character that many viewers believed portrayed a harmful caricature of a transgender person. The criticism created a big divide between her and parts of the community. Later, more issues appeared when fans pointed out insensitive lyrics in Has Been Hotel's song Loser Baby. Some felt the song made light of serious topics and didn't handle them with care. Vivziepop's situation shows that even the most talented creators can face backlash when audiences feel their concerns are being ignored. To end our story, let's look at someone who's almost universally praised, respected, and admired. Jacknjellify, the creative team behind Battle for Dream Island, managed to build a massive and incredibly loyal community using the most unexpected ingredients: everyday objects, quirky personalities, and clever writing. What started as what many thought was just a fun little idea, objects competing in goofy challenges, slowly grew into a full-blown universe that shaped an entire generation of animation fans. Their style was never about fancy visuals or extreme effects. The animation itself is simple compared to the big budget stuff online, but that's exactly what makes it stand out, because instead of relying on flash, their storytelling does the heavy lifting. Characters like Leafy, Fiery, Bubble, and the rest feel oddly real, even though they're literally just objects with faces. They argue, form alliances, make mistakes, grow, and connect with viewers in a way nobody expected at first. And over the years, fans watched the series evolve, not just in quality, but in emotional depth. What began as playful chaos developed into layered conflicts, smart humor, and moments that genuinely stick with you. People often say the show grew up with them, getting more polished and heartfelt as the fanbase matured. Jacknjellify proved that something so many creators forget: you don't need controversy, extreme humor, or shock value to succeed. And if you enjoyed the journey, like, share, and tell me, which animation creator do you think deserves more love?